There are moments in life when the world grows quiet around you, not because everything is peaceful, but because no one is paying attention. And in that quiet, something uncomfortable happens. You begin to notice yourself, not the version of you that performs well in public, not the version that knows how to reassure others, not the version that keeps everything moving so nothing collapses, but the version that exists when the lights are off, the doors are closed, and there is no one left to impress or hold together. Caring for yourself when no one is watching is one of the hardest things you will ever learn because it demands a kind of honesty that presence rarely requires. It asks you to see the parts you ignore, to stay with the feelings you postpone, to hold the weight you usually hide behind busyness. Self-care in private is not aesthetic, it is survival. Most people imagine self-care as something soft and gentle. Warm lighting, calm music, a candle flickering on the table. But real self-care, the kind that matters when no one is watching, is much less glamorous. It's choosing to rest when your mind is convinced you should keep pushing. It's feeding yourself when you have no appetite for your own well-being. It's cleaning a room because a chaotic environment mirrors a chaotic mind. It's saying, "This hurts," without waiting for someone else to validate the pain. It's admitting, "I'm not okay today," even when no one will hear it. Self-care in private is the quiet decision to show up for yourself in the same way you have always shown up for others. There are moments when the only witness to your exhaustion is the mirror in front of you, the tired eyes, the tightened jaw, the breath that doesn't reach your chest all the way. And yet, this is the moment where self-care matters most, not when you are seen, but when you are alone with the truth of what you've been carrying. Because the reality is simple. Anyone can take care of themselves when life feels balanced, when energy is high, when the world is offering comfort. But caring for yourself in the dark, when no one is applauding, when no one is checking in, when no one is holding space for you, that is a different kind of courage. When no one is watching, the mind often reveals everything you avoided, the exhaustion you renamed a long week, the sadness you repurposed as "I'm just tired," the loneliness disguised as "I need some space," the fear hidden inside "It's not a big deal." We become fluent in minimizing our own emotions. We tell ourselves that what we feel is dramatic, unnecessary, inconvenient. We convince ourselves that caring for our inner world is optional, a luxury reserved for people with simpler lives, softer hearts, or more time. But the truth is this: when no one is watching, your body remembers everything your mind refuses to name. The tension, the heaviness, the restlessness that shows up as scrolling, pacing, overeating, or shutting down. Your body speaks in signals, and self-care is learning how to listen before those signals become screams. Caring for yourself privately also means confronting the habits you use to numb instead of heal, the distractions you run to, the comfort you seek in avoidance, the ways you shrink your needs so they feel easier to ignore. It's easier to keep living on autopilot, going through the motions, checking boxes, filling hours, than to pause long enough to feel the weight of your own truth. But autopilot is not self-care. Autopilot is self-abandonment disguised as functioning. Real care begins the moment you stop running from yourself. There is a version of you that comes out only when no one is watching. The version that doesn't pretend, doesn't perform, doesn't negotiate its own needs. This version is often tired, honest, raw, and in need of gentleness. Self-care is meeting that version with respect. It's the quiet ritual of choosing yourself in small ways, drinking water even when you don't feel like it, going to bed earlier even when your mind wants distraction, doing one small task that makes tomorrow lighter, taking 3 deep breaths instead of spiraling, putting your hand on your chest, and reminding yourself that you matter, even if no one sees the effort. Because the truth is, most of your healing will happen in moments no one applauds. Self-care is not proven by appearance. It's proven by integrity. Do you show up for yourself when you're alone? Do you rest when you're exhausted, or only when someone insists? Do you speak kindly to yourself when no one is listening? Do you honor your limits even when there's no external consequence? Do you acknowledge your feelings even when no one will validate them? These are the questions that determine whether you are taking care of yourself, not the candles, not the rituals, not the routines. Your private habits reveal your relationship with yourself more than anything else. There is a quiet milestone in healing, the moment when you stop waiting for someone to take care of you and begin doing it yourself, not because no one cares, but because you finally do. You begin to understand that your well-being is not a reward for good behavior. It's not something people give you when you've done enough. It's not something you earn by being strong. Your well-being is your responsibility and your right. And caring for yourself when no one is watching is the purest expression of that truth. You don't need grand gestures. You don't need perfect discipline. You don't need to transform your life overnight. You need presence. You need honesty. You need willingness. Small acts done privately, consistently, sincerely, change you. Because real self-care is not a performance. It's a promise. A promise that even in your quietest moments, even in your unseen hours, you will not abandon yourself. If you're still here, it means something in these words touched a quiet place inside you, a place that rarely gets attention, a place that only speaks when the world finally goes silent. So let this next part be an inward shift, not analysis, not pressure, just you meeting yourself without haste. Start by noticing your body, noticing the way your shoulders hold more than they should, noticing the subtle heaviness behind your ribs, noticing the breath that enters your chest but doesn't fully expand. Your body always tells the truth before your mind agrees to listen. Ask yourself softly, how am I really doing when no one is watching? Let the answer come without editing, without performing strength, without convincing yourself it's not a big deal. Just notice. Notice the exhaustion you keep overriding. Notice the quiet ache you've been stepping over. Notice the tension you've been normalizing so deeply that you barely register it anymore. Self-care begins in the moment you stop pretending you don't feel what you feel. Think about the parts of your life where you disappear from yourself, the moments when you swallow your truth because speaking it feels inconvenient, the times you push through fatigue because resting feels indulgent, the days when you take care of everyone else but forget to check whether you've even eaten, breathed, or paused. Ask yourself, what have I been neglecting because no one else can see it? Maybe it's your sadness. Maybe it's your disappointment. Maybe it's your longing for something gentler, deeper, more honest. Maybe it's the version of you who keeps waiting to be chosen, even by you. Let whatever arises come to the surface. Don't solve it. Just see it. Awareness is the first gesture of care. Now think about how you treat yourself in private moments, not when you're inspired, not when you're motivated, but on the nights when your mind feels heavy and your heart feels tired and your silence feels louder than anything around you. Do you speak kindly to yourself? Do you allow yourself to rest without guilt? Do you give your emotions space to exist, or do you shove them into the corners of your mind? Private self-care is built in small choices, choices no one witnesses, no one praises, no one validates, and yet, these are the choices that rebuild you from the inside. Bring to mind one area of your life where you've abandoned yourself quietly. Maybe it's your need for rest. Maybe it's your creative longing. Maybe it's a relationship where you've been shrinking. Maybe it's the habit of numbing instead of feeling. Sit with it gently. Ask it, what do you need from me? What would caring for you actually look like? You might not hear words. You might just feel a soft ache, a sense of relief, or a truth you've been circling but afraid to name. Whatever it is, honor it. It surfaced because you're ready to see it. Now imagine the smallest thing you could do today that would signal to your inner self, I'm here, I'm listening, I won't abandon you. Not a big change, not a transformation, just one small act of presence. It could be drinking a full glass of water with intention. It could be letting yourself rest for 10 minutes without a screen. It could be unclenching your jaw and breathing deeper. It could be putting your hand on your chest and saying quietly, you matter to me. These small gestures accumulate. They become the roots of self-trust, the kind of trust that grows only when you show up for yourself consistently, privately, quietly. Think about the way you show compassion to others, the softness in your voice, the patience you offer, the understanding you extend, even when they feel lost or tired. Now ask yourself, when was the last time I treated myself that way? Most people are kinder to strangers than they are to their own hearts. But caring for yourself when no one is watching means bringing that same tenderness inward. Not because you earned it, not because you achieved something, but simply because you exist. You deserve the gentleness you reserve for others. Let yourself sit with this question. What would my life feel like if I stopped abandoning myself in private? Imagine showing up for your fatigue before it turns into burnout. Imagine acknowledging your emotions before they harden into numbness. Imagine listening to your truth before it becomes too heavy to carry. Imagine treating your inner world as something worth tending, worth protecting, worth honoring. Not loudly, not perfectly, just consistently. Self-care that no one sees is still self-care. And often, it's the kind that changes you the most. If you can hold even one small moment of truth right now, just one, you've already begun. Because taking care of yourself when no one is watching isn't about rituals. It's about presence. It's about choosing not to abandon the quietest parts of who you are. This is the beginning of a different relationship with yourself, one built on honesty, gentleness, and unspoken courage. Let this be enough for today. Tomorrow brings another reflection, another pause, another chance to practice the quiet art of caring for the self others never see. If it feels right, return. We'll continue this inner journey together, one breath, one truth, one gentle step at a time. This is Form Within Mind, where calm takes shape